Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Mayur and in today's episode we are going to learn how to write a security policy. So without any delay, let's. So in the previous episode we had learned about the kinds of policies and saw an example of the subset of a security policy. That is the acceptable use policy. But as a security professional, if your CISO asks you to give him a draft of the security policy, what will you do? How would you go about creating one? While the simplest way would be to Google examples of the security policy and copy paste and create one. Doesn't work. Would be better that we learn to create one. And before we deep dive into that, let's understand what is a policy. See, Wiki defines policy as a policy is a statement of intent and is implemented as a procedure or protocol. While Safopedia defines or explains it as that policies are formulated to direct and exert influence on all the major decisions to be made within the organizations and keep all activities within a set of established boundaries. Now let's try to add a security to the policy definition we just learned. Basically, a security policy would be a policy statement that will be designed to provide a long term vision of the security goals of the organization. It will be used to create procedures and guidelines or frameworks that will ultimately ensure the cybersecurity posture of the organization. See, simply put, an organization security policy is a high level view of what should be done within a company regarding information security. Now, see, as per ISO 27001, a security policy will provide information security direction for your organization, include information security objectives, include information on how you will meet business, contractual, legal, or regulatory requirements, and contain a commitment to continually improve your ISMS, that is, Information Security Management System. Here are some best practices for creating a security policy. For starters, create a cross functional team of HR, legal, finance, business, and security experts. Try to understand the mission and the vision of the organization. Your security policy should complement it. Start with the risk assessment of your organization and the threats and the vulnerabilities in your scope of the business that your policy should address. These will be different for every organization. You need to articulate what level of security is required for the identified vulnerabilities and areas of concern, matching the required level of protection with the organization's risk tolerance so that areas wherever there's lowest tolerance for risk gets the highest level of priority. Your policy should set a high level tone for the procedures and guidelines that will follow based on this policy. See, example companies ABC security model will ensure adequate security awareness and training amongst all employees. This will set the tone for security awareness policy, which will further detail steps your organization is going to take to ensure security awareness. See, be mindful of the regulations and the standards that your organization operates in. If your state or country does not allow, say, data to be transferred outside the country, your security policy cannot point out the opposite. Example, company's ABC security model will ensure data backup across the world to ensure data is always available. That is not possible. Most important of all, keep it simple. See, this is not a measure of you or your organization's technical prowess. This is a policy to showcase to employees and to customers your intent to keep their information secure at all times. See, here is an example where we have a company called ABCD, which is in the business of manufacturing semiconductor chips. As a security professional, you will gather a lot of inputs from the cross functional team and your research. Few inputs, such as the major threats, vision, and mission, are mentioned. See, results of risk assessment are also mentioned for your consumption. Now, see, what should you do? Pause this video and think, how would you create a sample policy? Do not just move on, just pause this video for a minute. Now, this is the sample I have created. I have structured it into three parts. One is a security vision. Second one is what ABC's model will aim to do. And third one is just a summary statement. See, this by means, no means is a perfect one. This is just a rough draft that will undergo multiple revisions post inputs from the cross functional teams and the executive management. However, this can be the first step towards writing one. Share your thoughts in the comment section. See, while you will not be asked to create a security policy in any exam, as a security professional, you can always be asked to write one as a part of the job that you would do. That's an exam we give every day. So it's good to practice or writing a security policy. On that note, you can always check out my blog for more such stuff. If you're preparing for SSCP or CISSP, you can check out the mock exams on Udemy and Simpliv. These exams have been updated with new questions and with the latest updates of 2022 exam outline. Thank you for watching this episode, and I hope to see you in my next video.